Hi, everybody. Welcome to the ASSJAMZ podcast. I am Boats.
And I am John Marzette, also known as John is the New Black.
Yeah, we'll probably just be going by Boats and John, I would guess.
Yes, indeedy.
If you're listening to this, you probably listened to episode 0, where we talked about Bigfoot's dick. And if
Here we are.
And if you didn't listen,
Sorry.
maybe go check it out.
You really missed out.
Because that's kind of the groundwork. That's how you're going to know what this is all about. But hey, just in case you didn't listen, we'll kind of rehash. John and I are a couple of DJs, a couple of musicians. We've worked together a long time, and we thought we are important enough to make a podcast to make you listen to us even more than you already have to.
Absolutely, because we talk about a whole bunch of stuff, and we figured, you know what, why not? Because people might be interested in the strangely strange, vivid things we talk about to a lot of varying degrees, just like Bigfoot's situation.
Yeah.
And any sort of everything that has to do with Kansas City or things around the world or music or anything else.
Anything at all.
Yep.
It'll probably be, this will be the number one, the groundwork of it. So
welcome to
let's
our launching
get into
pad.
it. I think we're going to start with some current stuff, whatever we've been listening to, whatever we've seen online,
a lot of stuff,
Spotify,
a lot of strong content has come out over the weekend.
Yeah,
and it's been dope.
And then after that, we're gonna move to our theme of the episode, which will be about John Mayer. So if you really want to hear us bullshit and talk about John Mayer, either how much we like him, dislike him, envy him,
all of the above,
etc.,
all of it,
that'll be later. But now, hey John, what's new, man?
Oh, just chilling, hanging out. Been listening to a lot of the new junk that has come out, such as Travis Scott, which I want to talk about, and YG and Mac Miller and all the new stuff that has come out. So we are talking off air, so to speak, about
it's called Off Mic, John.
Oh, sorry, episode 1. Welcome. About all the goody stuff that has come out. So I want to talk about Travis Scott's album, and I said that I think the production is super cool, and it's very unique. It's kind of, it's just like, it's an amusement park. It's all over the place, and I think it's very creative and very different. I know he's not talking about anything.
No.
He's not talking about shit. Like, that's the thing.
Well, hold on. We should probably fill it in.
Yeah.
So it's.
Right?
Damn it, John! You're putting me in a weird light.
Here we are.
I don't dislike the production of Travis Scott, but I'm gonna say, overall, I was asked, "Hey, do you like the Travis Scott album?" Right. Overall, not really. It sounds good.
Yes.
It is sonically interesting.
Sonically, very good.
But Travis Scott still has been suffering from basically what Travis Scott has been suffering from for a long time, which is not a lot of. What's the word I would say? Not a lot of
substance?
Well, there's that, but the variation in his style.
I would agree.
Not that he doesn't, well, it is actually that he doesn't really switch up his style at all.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily want him to,
right.
pull a Drake and basically pretend he's from a different city on every album.
Right. He doesn't have to be Jamaican all of a sudden.
Yeah, he doesn't have to put on a weird accent. Like, I don't need that.
Right.
But if I have to hear another, yeah, I'm gonna end my life. Exactly.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Where's to Bodie?
Yeah. Shout out Bodie. Straight up. Travis Scott's leaning a lot on his ad libs and on his things like that, and his flow is very similar. A lot of his songs are all in the same key, which I know most people don't really give a shit about,
but we understand
often enough.
But are we mad though? Do we care? Because
I care, but I'm not mad.
Perfect, absolutely, I completely agree, because I think it's like a great album if you're like, I want to listen to production and get inspired by like instruments and ways to use 808s and like drum patterns and how to switch up a beat or this or that. But if you're going like, Travis Scott's my favorite artist because he talks about this. No, I don't think
definitely
that's not there.
Highlights of the album. I don't want to be anywhere near DJ Academics, but the first time listening to Sicko Mode was really tight. I don't want to be, I'm not gonna while out and yell in my mom's basement.
John is the New Black reacts to Boats' reaction. First listen.
First listen, reaction, like and subscribe.
Click link.
I don't know. I would like to hear the rest of whatever the beginning part of Sicko Mode was
going to be.
Yeah.
Before Take Keith, fuck these niggas up, man.
I'm fine with that.
I want Take Keith to fuck it up all the time.
Constantly.
Because it's just very great.
First time I heard Nonstop, I banged my head right into the ground.
Oh, I think I flipped a table.
Yeah, easily.
Absolutely.
But it's... So the production of the record, while interesting...
Yes.
It does feel a little... I don't know if spastic is the good word.
No, it is all over the place.
It's
everywhere.
And it's so much so all over the place that
Yeah.
sometimes, I don't know if this happened to you, but
Right.
I would be listening through, and if I'm not looking at Spotify while I watch it,
Right.
I don't know what fucking song I'm on.
Oh, absolutely. It's jarring.
There are roughly
It's jarring.
2 to 3 songs
In
on-
every song, yeah.
Yeah.
Just when the beat switched, I was like, oh, was that an interlude? Was
What's-
that like a 20... What?
Huh?
How did I...
But
what? But then you hear, straight up, and you're like, okay, I guess this is still
same,
Travis Scott.
Same record, I
Yeah,
guess.
meanwhile, Frank Ocean will come in and be like,
God, he needs to put out his rap album already.
Frank Ocean, we need you. We need you.
Frank, please.
Please.
Frank,
if
please.
you listen to this podcast.
Frank, if you're listening, please.
Frank, please. No, but I think that's just an accurate description of it all. Like, obviously, sonically, we all understand that Travis Scott is in another level of just like, the man knows how to use a computer and a whatever and is great at production. But
Would you say that he could benefit more from being like, not just like a producer, like guiding records? Him being an executive producer. For instance, when he does songs with other people,
yes,
I think that gives other artists real time to shine because he does have a great ear. He can really do a lot with that kind of stuff.
I agree.
But his solo stuff just kind of falls flat.
Right. But again, sonically, very great. I think what I'm wanting, because I'm selfish and I want Travis Scott to do what I want,
Absolutely.
is I want to care about what he's saying, and I think that would make the songs better, so to speak. Like, I get he's with Kylie and they got a baby and everything, but
Lip kit.
Exactly. Like, I need an introspective Travis Scott. I think would push him to another level. I need a Kiki, even though I know that's his Kylie, but like, I need something because the production is great, but I need more than straight up.
Hold on. Would you say? Do you want Travis Scott to go like full Juice WRLD?
No, too much. See, that's too much. Because Juice WRLD, I'm like, dog. I just want to bang my head.
Yeah.
I need a nice in the middle, perfect in the middle.
I feel bad for Juice WRLD.
Yeah, because now he's becoming the My Chemical Romance of rap.
Yeah, damn, Gerard Way of rap.
Yeah, it's straight up just a little emotional. And speaking of emotional, it has just now started to rain, as if God himself was saying, you know what? I think the production is pretty tight. Y'all should really...
Is this guy going straight up?
Yes. The clouds opened up and they literally just said, it's lit, and began to rain down upon us.
Well, okay. Well, let's do this. What out of 10? What do you give in Astroworld? If you even have a rating for it yet.
I'm gonna give it. Oof, that's rough. I'm a gut feeling is 7.5.
Damn.
Feeling.
Okay.
Gut feeling.
Okay.
7.5. I think it's good.
I think it's
That's a good body of work. I think it's great.
It's not too long either.
Yes.
Or actually, it is pretty long, but
Right.
because it is so constantly changing, it
Right.
kind of feels fresher.
Yes.
More often.
I
than not.
agree. I think it is a ride that you can take more than once.
Ooh,
because
a
it's
ride.
It is a ride. It's a
Wow.
ride. That's the thing.
Welcome to Astroworld.
I think that's the best way to look at it. It's just a ride, and it's cool. I like it.
Yeah. I think I would give it. I think I'd give it a 6. Because I don't dislike it, but it's
Right.
it's a little better. I'll give it better than Middle of the Road because the
Is
production is very impressive.
That's the thing. It's
Sonically, it's very impressive.
Oh, it's different than it's different, and I'm gonna say just miles above, better than most things that are just a typical,
But what I won't do is actively listen to it. Like it's background music.
I would.
It's like
agree.
workout music or
a vibe
or
It's
vibe
vibey-
music,
vibe music.
or if you're designing or
Oh, absolutely.
playing some video games. doing
Yes,
whatever.
yes. You could throw it on at some sort of edgy New York store, and people are like, "Cool, Travis Scott," and it won't make anyone mad because no one understands the lyrics.
True.
Straight up.
And it all kind of yeah, that would definitely work.
Yeah.
I'd say that. Now, musically unrelated.
Yes.
Apparently though, it is fuck Travis Scott.
Yeah, if we take all the sonics away,
Yeah.
there are some choices that homie would make that I'd be like, I wouldn't say
Seen
that.
a lot of.
I wouldn't choose to do that.
Seen a lot of videos recently of him saying some shit.
Yes,
some slurs.
I would not reach in my bag and say slurs when I'm on stage, no matter how lit or straight up or whatever you're feeling. It's just not really right. So, aside from his project, it's quiet for homie.
It's definitely.
It's unfortunate.
Now, someone who it is not quiet for, personally.
Yes.
Old Mac Miller.
Yes, indeed.
Came out out of humble nowhereness in old Ariana Grande's shadow.
Oh,
Poor
man.
guy.
Hey, listen, man. What's bad for your heart is great for your art.
Damn.
It's just true.
Wow, man, did you just make that up? That's fucking sick, dude.
Hello. But really,
his album's great. Another really sonically pleasing album.
That's the thing. Young Mac Miller, like, in the beginning, I was just like, ew, frat rap.
Well,
gross.
It's not. I don't know if it's really his fault. That's more Asher Roth's fault for
pioneering the movement.
Everybody go crazy. Keg stand, whatever.
I know. I was about to say. Like,
I haven't heard that.
I don't
college
know.
Song since I was in
Love,
college.
how does it go?
Oh,
love
man.
college. Do about the. I'm sorry.
Take it.
Asher Roth, if you're listening, please just fill us in.
Please
real quick.
Please come on the podcast and do 5 Fingers of Death.
Yes. We'll put you to the test.
We'll put you to the test. I know you can do it. I've seen you freestyle.
Right.
It's pretty intense.
I also think he's like a grade school teacher now and like not
No.
rapping at all. I think he's like super chill.
Hold on, but is this like when Steve from Blue's Clues like left Blues
right,
Clues and
to
everyone
become
was
like a college professor or something?
No, he just started
A
playing
metal band?
punk. Yeah, in a punk
There we
band.
go. Okay, I was like, I knew he did
And
something.
I remember hearing that when I, whatever, you're 12 or 13 or something. We're getting our producer Mike is raising his hand. What are the lyrics?
Official,
For the chorus?
I'm gonna say the chorus.
Let's go. Let's hear it.
It actually doesn't mention college once.
Wow.
What?
What does it start?
I thought it says love.
The bridge goes, man, I love college. Hey, and I love drinking. Hey, I love women. Hey, man, I love college. Hey.
Oh.
Well, there it is,
You know
guys.
what? You know what? A modern day Shakespeare as we know it. Absolutely.
Asher Shakespeare.
Yeah. Yes. Young Roth himself.
Wow.
Really a pioneer.
But back to the matter at hand. Mac Miller put out a new album too,
It's true.
and it's solid.
It's good.
It's groove tunes though.
And that's the thing. Well, when you're friends with people like
The
Thundercat and
that's
like
right, man.
you've got a lot of homies on product who just are masterminds of their instrument, which again our main topic of the day is also featured on this album.
Oh,
but I mean, I loved his album before that with something feminine, Divine Feminine.
Mhm.
I thought that was amazing. I was
Absolutely.
like, wait a minute, this is good music. This is just
Well,
good
he's been doing.
music.
This is the thing. Even when he was kind of more white boy rap, frat
Right.
rap, whatever
Right.
you want to call it, he
Right.
was still doing the what is it? His like production name, Larry
Yeah.
Fisherman or
Yeah.
Larry Fishman.
Yeah.
And he's been doing those like beat tapes for a while, and
Right.
they're all super funky, super great,
Right.
great chill music,
Good
Something-
stuff.
Something I'm trying to vibe out to.
I agree. And that's the thing. It's like, dang, man, you really did it.
He really does. He puts out consistent work. It's very like it's not popular by any means.
Which is is a shame.
Sure, but
Is
do you really expect it to be It's popular like
I want it to be.
well, true.
I don't expect it to be, but I want it to be.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's the
fair.
thing. I wish it was.
Yeah.
I
Well,
wish it was.
have you listened to it enough times to give it a rating? Because I fucking haven't.
I haven't
I'll
really.
be straight up.
Straight up. There should be a straight up counter right now. Bing. Yep. I haven't really. I've just dipped around the album because again, just like the album and that kind of music, it should get more praise, but there's too many Astro Worlds and Stay Dangerous-esses.
Oh yeah.
to pay
If we want to
attention
jump
to.
right into that, we can jump into that to the littest.
Oh,
the
my
littiest
favorite.
record that came out this weekend.
Oh, Bompton's finest. Oh, my favorite.
This
Young
is
YG.
genuinely everyone. This is genuinely John's favorite rapper.
This is literally my favorite rap artist, Young YG. I would do several calls at the moment, but I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When I said that the Blood Moon was in full
The
effect
Blood Moon.
when that album came out.
YG was at his most powerful.
Yes, he was truly powerful.
Yeah,
during
and
this
I mean,
time.
I'd straight up. I'm gonna start off the bat
Yes.
with it. It has the, everybody talked. Wow, Travis Scott's Astroworld cover.
Right.
So cool, so crazy.
Right.
Even all the drama when he took the lady off.
Right. Which is
some bullshit.
Yeah,
like,
just
don't
like,
do that.
why?
And
why?
he released that statement where he was like, I'm going to release an art booklet. It's going to have everything. And I'm like, you weren't going to.
Yeah, like you weren't, but
now
yeah.
you will.
Yeah,
you weren't going to.
Good cover up. Doesn't fool grown folks, but sure. Okay.
Yeah. But instead, we have the hardest album.
Right.
Cover of just YG wearing what can only be described as a patent leather vest. his choker chains.
Yes.
And he's in front of, I don't know, I would describe it as, you know those shirts that like anime kids would wear in 6th grade that were made out of silk?
See,
and had I mean, it looks like a silk red dragon shirt.
And see, that's the thing, because like only YG can make like the Yu-Gi-Oh get up look hard as hell.
Yeah, YG can dress like Terrence Howard does in that one picture.
Exactly.
And look tough.
And look.
YG wears shorts with tall socks and dress shoes with like a bulletproof vest.
Exactly. Like, just only YG can wear loafers, tall white socks, a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and still be like, stay dangerous.
And you're like,
yeah,
yes,
I believe you.
Yes, sir, Mr. YG.
Yes, Mr. G. I agree. So I just think well, first of all, just that sound in general. I mean, shout out to DJ Mustard, shout out to all of them, shout out to Ty Dolla $ign, shout out to all of them. It's just so, the shoulders, man. My shoulders don't stop moving. I love it. It's beautiful.
It's that
beautiful.
good stuff. It's that very good stuff. And the thing, it's a little unfair. One, because we are both very fond of YG.
Yes, we are. But this is a biased opinion.
But also, YG, unlike Travis Scott, Mac Miller, he's been putting out singles from this for a bit.
Also true.
I mean, I'm looking at the track list right now. Handgun's been out for a bit. Big Bank's been out for a while.
Big Bank take Lil Bank.
And that's been, I mean, that's
charts.
like it's not a number one, but I mean, it's up there. I can play it in the club
and people are like, yes, I understand.
I very much like this, but like some of the deeper cuts, Too Cocky.
That one is that one's a slapper.
Ooh-wee.
Yes, I love it.
Ooh-wee.
Yes.
And the Ty Dolla $ign song, the Power song.
Oh, so good. And obviously, Sue Whoop is something.
That's also been out for a little bit, too.
It's been out for a minute, but man.
That, I haven't been, like, spooked out by a music video in a long time. That's a hard music video.
That's, woo. I think that's the best way to just describe the entire project was just hard.
It's hard.
It's
hard while still being, like, it's party hard. And not in an Andrew WK sense. It's like hard party music.
Yes, exactly.
Party music for hard people.
Yes, like it's acceptable because, you know, even if you aren't a blood or anything else, like if you're not from California, you're just like, this is amazing. But also the people who are, you know, are just like, this is amazing. I agree. Definitely. This is awesome.
It's so good.
It's just good.
I'm gonna give it an easy 8.5 out of 10.
I completely agree. That's what I was gonna say. That's what it is.
It's also YG is so consistent,
right? It's just the man makes California rap music, and that's just what you're getting.
It's great.
That's what you're getting.
Shout out to YG. YG, come on the show.
400.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I guess maybe some lesser known stuff. I'm just gonna ask you if you've been listening to it because I've been listening to it.
Yes.
Did you hear the new Silk City joint?
I haven't, but I've been meaning to.
Gold Link and Designer.
I know.
And I saw Designer on it, and I went, I'm not real excited about that. I've seen Designer once before with our good producer Mike here.
Yes,
and I can only describe that as the worst thing I've ever seen. But he does okay. They put him. He's just on the hook.
Well, I think that's where Designer shines. He's like a combined Migos where his ad libs are strong. His energy is great, and he just stays in the pocket. Wow.
No none of that. It's just him. None of that either. No, in the song.
Oh, I thought about in his.
No, song.
No, the routine. No. I'll go on record saying his live show is a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4s.
Boo.
That'll be a future episode.
Yeah, we could talk about that in itself.
But no, the song's great. Gold Link's doing Gold Link.
I mean, Gold Link is
always
great.
Rapping,
so
always
good.
Just making that good stuff. And what did you text us? Thanks, Mike.
Yes.
We need to figure out a more clever way to figure that out. But thank you.
But
we got it.
yes, producer Mike.
Pretty freaking simple.
I know.
Producer Mike really letting us know what's
Either
goody.
way, I urge
Yes.
everybody to go listen to the new Silk City joint. Loud.
Yes.
It's very good.
I would also like to let everybody know that in a strange turn of events, Tyga, everyone's favorite rap artist from 2009, has really turned himself around.
He's back to the old Tyga,
He's putting out strip club joints. He's putting out just bangers, which is
good.
Just how he should be.
Listen, the man who made Rack City.
Can
Can
How?
you think of a more 2009 song?
I simply cannot because Tyga had hits.
Unless it was from 2010, which it might be.
Right, wherever it is.
But
But-
yeah, he's putting out things. I will
He's
say
back.
though, he put out the song with Iggy Azalea that everyone was like, finally, Tyga's back.
Yes.
And then I think he put out another one, and it's just the same song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
then,
one.
but then, Taste, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and then the other one, the most recent one, I think it's called Swish or something like that. Again, it's like the same guy being sampled, but instead he goes wah wah wah.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
he
the
just makes
same.
the same little
which listen, you
couple
get-
different notes. I
trying
get
to
it.
capitalize on it.
Hey, get your sound. Get
your-
it off.
Get
It's
your money.
working.
Get your mini.
Wait, get your schmeeny.
Get your schminny.
Go
Free
ahead.
the political prisoner Robert Schmurder. I can't hear Schmoney and not think of him.
Right.
Gotta shout him out one
Right.
time. What else is new? Oh, the new A-Track joint is super good.
Hello, A-Track. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, A-Track, we like you. We're DJs, so we do like to kind of nerd out on that kind of stuff.
Yes,
but
indeed.
the thing that caught my eye, and we can talk about this for a little bit
Oh,
because I think it is relevant to us in
Right.
a lot of ways.
Right.
It's a house joint. We don't
Right.
really play house music. Closest we get is disco and like
Right.
funk edits.
Right.
But the name of the song is DJ's Gotta Dance More.
Woo! Do we agree with that?
Yes.
Gosh.
Listeners, is there anything that you hate more than going to a club and everyone else is having a good time, and then
Right.
you see a DJ and he looks real sad? He's playing the hottest
bummed out.
tracks, the coolest music.
How?
He should be having the most fun,
How?
but he's just standing there.
Right. Even if you got to concentrate, and which you do in order to give a good performance, at the end of the day, when you're playing YG or Travis Scott or any of the songs or any of the things we just mentioned, it's hard not to move.
Yeah. Give yourself 30 seconds
What you doing?
to hang out,
Relax.
have fun.
Songs are 3 minutes.
How are you going to know what the people want if you don't know what you want?
Just saying.
And that's basically what the song's all about. It's like,
Which,
you got to go out there, you got to dance, you got to go to shows,
You
you
gotta
got to
feel it.
go to nights that you're not working,
right.
and you got to really figure out what's going on.
Right.
You got to be plugged in.
And that's the thing. Even, you can be into whatever. You can have your preferences. That's okay. That's what makes you unique and different. However, the point here is like, it's like the saying goes, some people don't trust a chef who is not overweight or fat. Same thing. Just saying.
I don't back that, but also I do back it.
I don't back it either, but I understand the saying.
I'll say I'll give it a caveat, which is I usually trust cooks who are fat, and then if they're not fat, I'm gonna be like, well, I guess I gotta see.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. Same way. I mean, a DJ who doesn't dance might give a killer performance, but might also be dead inside.
Realistically, they probably will give a great performance.
Also true.
Because if you're not dancing, you at least better be focusing.
Mm-hmm.
And I do see that a lot.
Absolutely.
Very rarely do I see, like, I'm imagining now in my head,
Right.
a guy behind the decks, he mixes his songs,
Right.
he's doing his thing, and then he
Right.
just looks up and stands still for like a minute and a half.
Right, yeah, just literally just a robot. Just, oh no, are you okay, sir?
Sir, are you fine?
Sir?
You could be, and you know what?
Right.
Still no shade to him. But DJ's got to dance more. Everybody's
facts.
got to dance more.
Yeah, everybody should. I don't care who you are, what you do.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I don't care.
I simply won't.
I only care that you dance.
Right? That's it. You
Yeah.
just gotta move. That's it.
Anyway, that song's great. You've listened to it? Yes?
Yes.
It's great.
Yes.
Super
very,
good.
very, very good.
The new Baka Not Nice album also came out.
I haven't dove in quite yet, but
I only did one pass through.
yes.
Another hard album.
Yeah. Hard.
Hard.
Yes.
Hard and I mean it's UK, so
Right.
I'm not terribly familiar with
Right.
what's going on.
Right. But we're just getting a little taste.
But I did like it. I'm gonna listen to it more. It's
Right.
as they say, a ting
A ting. Splash.
splash.
More tune for your head top.
Well, anything else
more
you've been
tune.
Anything else you've been feeling,
Well,
fiending? Not even in music. Do you see, any?
We talked about the Duval song.
Oh,
Who do you have on?
well, no, that's been out for a little bit.
it has been out for a little bit, and it's only just been recently discovered by by us normal people out here. That song, I would like to say, Mr. Duval, you made yourself a bop.
Truly.
You made yourself a little ditty because
Yeah.
that song is great.
Yeah, guys, if you're not familiar with what song we're talking about, it is called "Living My Best Life,"
Yes.
and it sounds kind of like "I'm living my best life." It kind of sounds like that.
Going back for you niggas.
It's real good.
Yes, it's really, really great.
It's a perfect. It's I'm not a huge fan of Chance, but when Chance put out that "Fuck You" song,
Right. Fuck you.
same kind of vibe. It's that like positive bop around.
Right, but also
but
just
also
like, hey, a little bit of sound, a little bit of tude,
Tude.
if you will.
True Tude.
A little bit of tude. Shout out to Sonic the Hedgehog.
Shout out to Sonic the Hedgehog. Exactly one time.
Yes. Only once. Only once.
Now,
Go on.
we mentioned it a little earlier,
Yes.
but the guy we're about to talk about
Mm.
was featured briefly on the Mac Miller record.
Yes.
So here's a nice little segue
Hello.
to our... You can't do that to me, Mike. You can't make moves and try to talk. If you want to talk to me, you can just talk to me on the mic.
We're all friends here.
Okay. We're going to take a break real quick. And we don't have any sponsors.
Nope.
So
But when we do, here's where we'll go. Right here.
sponsors.
Thank you, The Peanut,
Thanks.
for giving us wings to eat every time that we make a podcast.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
We're ready to go? All right. Welcome back from that short break, everybody. Our producer, Mike, had to take care of some business.
Yep, as it goes.
And so we all decided to also take care of some business.
Yes.
Got another adult beverage.
Yes, we're ready.
We're ready now to talk about the theme of the episode.
Absolutely.
A young man you might know by the name of John Mayer.
God, where do we start?
I don't know. Well, I suppose we can start with us personally. How'd you get into John Mayer, John?
It's a weird relationship with John Mayer. Because when I first heard him back when we were like, I was 13 or something, his first album came out, what, 2001?
It was early.
Something crazy like that.
It's been around for a bit.
Something like that. Like, I felt the same way about John Mayer the same way I felt about, like, Jason Mraz or Jack Johnson.
Initially?
Yes.
Sure.
I was just like, this dude plays guitar.
But like for people who go to Starbucks.
Yeah, exactly. For people who are just like, I love them all.
First album was 98.
Wow.
Oh,
Wait, but is that
man.
Room for Squares?
Room for Square. I'm talking Room for Squares.
99. Oh, Room for Squares
The-
was 2001.
Oh,
All
okay.
right.
See, that's what I'm talking
Inside
about.
One's Out was 99.
Yo,
Woo!
that EP
Yeah.
has some beggars on it. So you continue.
You're
but
right.
I was on the other side.
That's okay.
so-
That's okay. No, I didn't really. I felt the same way. I just did not get into it. I didn't feel a way until I think I heard like, what did I hear first? Like maybe, Why Georgia or something like that.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were still into you didn't mind the acousticy like.
No, I'm cool with acoustic and all that other stuff, but I didn't feel it until I heard boom ba da ba dum boo da boo
Okay,
da. And
okay,
I was like, ooh,
sure.
okay,
It's a great
it's
song.
tasty. Yes.
I think my first opening, my first thing with John Mayer was
Right.
that EP, or at least some songs from that EP, because my older sisters
Right.
would always bring CDs home, and
That's
my mom
key.
would bring CDs home, and my
That's
dad
key.
would bring. Basically, the whole family would at one point, buy a fucking CD from Borders or
Right.
Barnes and Noble,
R.I.P. Borders.
or like like John Mayer was the CD that you'd buy at the fucking.
Yeah, no, it's
At the
right. It's
kiosk
that
at-
checkout.
yeah,
It's
checkout
It's
at
right
Starbucks.
there. It's like, would you like music? You probably like this music.
This is relatively easy listening.
Yeah, easy listening. Pop.
And I liked it. And there were some, also there were some seniors when I was in high school that really were into John Mayer and that I kind of knew her stuff. But I remember being pretty young, hearing No Such Thing, that kind of stuff.
Oh, so good.
But really, the live album, the first one that he did,
Ooh.
was I think my first whoa.
A whoa moment.
He not only plays pop music, but he can fucking play the guitar.
Ooh, man, I think that like the he can play guitar moment was like when I heard Continuum. I was just like, what is going on here?
Oh yeah.
I'm into this and I don't know why. Because obviously, you know, as we're both guitar players, you are attracted to that sort of thing, but back in those days I was listening to Green Day and stuff like that, and like pop punk and cool stuff.
Absolutely. It was either that or I was listening to more poppy John Mayer stuff I could sing to girls to try to make them like me.
Exactly. Your Body is a Wonderland isn't exactly a eruption, you know, like, but at the same time, I was listening to Van Halen.
It is an eruption, or it can lead to an eruption.
You know what? You're absolutely right. Because that's the thing. We were listening to very guitar heavy music instead of just here's a good song with guitar in it.
Yeah.
Very different.
Very different.
Very different.
So, yeah, I would agree. Continuum, that live album I was talking about. Then it just kind of skyrocketed from there.
After that, it was like, what? You're just floored from there.
But
like,
also, I would say that we followed the same kind of trajectory that he did as well, because I want to say after Continuum and after that live album, he put out the John Mayer Trio where he did the blues stuff.
Oh, and I think that's like solidified. I was like, this dude's like about it.
Yeah.
And like, for real, like can shred.
Steve Jordan, everybody.
Steve Jordan,
everybody. Shout out to Steve Jordan. Steve Jordan, if you want to come on the podcast, that would be great.
Yes. Also, Pino Palladino, if you also want to come on, you know, and just play bass the entire time we talk, and we would love to talk to you. Please, we are obviously huge fans.
And hey, John Mayer, come on down.
You know what? We're all big fans of content here, and we will talk about your content within this conversation. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
So we will get there.
So I'd say next step. So that's our history with John Mayer.
Right.
Obviously, I want to say probably around John Mayer Trio, Continuum. He was always a huge pop star, but he definitely hit a point in the musical lexicon, the popular music world, where he kind of went into Nowhereville.
I would agree.
And it seemed like he had a bunch of personal stuff going on, sure, but I want to say mainly that his main demo maybe was already started older.
Yes.
We were definitely on the young end of the spectrum listening to John Mayer.
Agreed.
When he first started out.
Agreed.
So by the time he's a few records in,
right,
everyone is 30, 35. I mean, we went to a John Mayer concert in college.
Yes, we did.
And we were the youngest people there, for sure.
Which is just, and it's alarming to think about now, because like now when you think like, what is a John Mayer fan now?
John Mayer fans now can come from anywhere, I think.
And I think he's reached, and that crazy to think about that level.
It's great.
When you start like, oh yeah, and that's the thing, even just like the Mac Millers or the Thundercats or the Young Thugs or the whatevers of the Frank Oceans of the world now are like, Frank Ocean is amazing, or John Mayer is amazing, because they all work together and like, we're down with this dude.
Hey, go watch, I implore everyone, go watch Frank Ocean do Pyramids. Is it Pyramids on SNL?
Yes, legendary.
Where John Mayer does a guitar solo while Frank Ocean plays Donkey Kong.
Right, yeah, just the best thing I've ever seen on TV.
The dopest shit. I mean, 4 months ago, he put out a song, his single is produced by No ID.
Right, just casual. The man has reached, and I know we're jumping all over the place, but there's so much to cover.
There's so much to talk about.
But the man has, I don't know anyone who, and again, try and find another one, because I would love to talk about this. Please try and find me another 40-year-old white man who plays the guitar, who gets it, and who is as plugged in and as cool as John Mayer. Right now.
Right now?
An active one right now.
I don't know.
Right now.
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
I could maybe think about it, do some research, and come back. But
but off the top, nothing.
Definitely not.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't know anyone within, especially within the blues guitar lexicon, who has done what John Mayer has done, which is people are just like, yeah, I'm cool with this.
Yeah.
I'm very cool.
I like this.
I'm very okay with this.
I like respect this guy enough to want to work with him.
Yeah.
This is the thing though. John Mayer has a long history about being with it, about being about it.
That's true.
I think another thing that really solidified my fandom of John Mayer
Of
as a young lad.
Of course.
I would watch a lot of Chappelle's Show, as I think we all did.
Of course.
And I swear to God,
Lo and behold.
the Dave Chappelle John Mayer skit where they go around and play different types of guitar music to different people, it's still to this day funny.
And
it's still funny.
that's the thing. Just
Watching a bunch of old white people while out in a restaurant because John Mayer decides to play like a metal riff or whatever.
Right.
Too funny.
Right. And that's the thing. But also when John Mayer goes to the black barber shop and decides to play like, I don't even know, like bookstore music, they're like, man, what the hell are you doing? Get out of here. And
it's that he was, I actually didn't learn this until recently. I want to say it was the Zane Lowe interview where he talks about, he's the guy who sings Go on Common.
Yeah. Go.
That's fucking John Mayer. And I knew John Mayer did Bittersweet on Kanye's album.
Yep.
Because I saw that like MTV world premiere behind the song
right.
shit.
Before the internet.
Oh my, well, no, the internet
the internet was around, but no one cared like they do now.
Nobody gave a shit. That shit would have went viral. And that's also not a bad segue to the other reason why current me likes John Mayer a lot, which is his watch game.
The man is very, very about menswear in a very unique way as well, especially, again, for a 40-year-old who is very self-aware, I would say. Watch game on point. Jewelry game in general on point.
Clothes game. What's the that?
Yes.
What's that V? That
Visvim.
Yep.
Yeah, that one goes out to all of our clothing homies. The man is essentially a Visvim spokesperson, which is very rare, very vibey, very flowy, very cool. Japanese like workwear inspired.
Think about like real wide pants. Like wide cropped pants.
Imagine a samurai who lives in Montana.
Damn.
And that is
a samurai lives in Montana that has an internship at
like
a marketing
Levi's
firm in New York City.
Exactly. That is Visvim
like
in a
everything.
nutshell. Yeah, exactly. And they have on a feather necklace, and they know just as much about like YG as they do about Eric Clapton.
Mm-hmm.
Visvim. John Mayer.
Damn.
In a nutshell.
Insane.
How did it happen?
I don't know.
How did it happen?
I honestly wonder like what his first foray into that kind of world was. I know I've heard him talk about his watch stuff before.
Right.
And in that Kanye video I was referencing earlier, he he legitimately stunts on Kanye West being like, how much did those two chains cost? He's like, well, about together, maybe like $12,000. And he's like, I'm wearing an IWC Big Pilot Platinum, $40,000.
Sheesh.
And
10 million is what his collection comes up to.
Sure. You know what, Mike? Yeah.
Yeah. I completely
I wouldn't be
believe that.
surprised.
Yeah, I completely 100% believes that. Yeah.
Would not be surprised. Don't really care to know because it's just gonna make me feel weird.
Right.
But that man, he does a video with Hodinky where he talks about all of his watches and why he likes them. And it's so fun and so cool. It's so interesting to see like a guy that you only think of as a musician kind of put himself out in the weird information age that we're all living in right now.
Right. And in not a douchey way. It's very just now I'm talking
okay.
right now.
I was like,
no.
He was douchey for I'm gonna say 5
to
8 years for a long. Most of the time where I only liked his music, he was just in media in print, just like being the worst.
Right, but it's unfortunate because people still look at him that way.
Yeah, it sucks.
But it's just like. I also think that was important because young homie learned his lessons, went away, bought a dog, lives in Montana. Yeah, Montana, just like with mountains and fishermen folk. And it was just like, let me chill out.
Oh, and almost lost his voice.
Also true.
Yeah.
Yeah, just losing. I also think that, like, I can't talk, and all I have to do is just reflect.
Damn.
And with that.
And now maybe that's where you get into Visvim. It's because you're that introspective. And then eventually you're just like, well, now I only want to wear clothes that I like and I don't care what they look like. Because I'm going to be real.
Right.
Sometimes John Mayer looks like a real goofball.
I think during what album cycle? Like the Born and Raised,
Where he had
or
the
whatever.
wide hat?
Yeah, and white brim John Mayer is what I call him. Is when he essentially was just like, I'll be Johnny Cash.
It was like a weird. Yeah, he was like trying
He
to be
put
like
out
a
like traditional
like
country
a Johnny
artist.
Cash, Bob Dylan, Neil Young hybrid.
It's exactly what
Actually,
he was trying to be.
probably just Neil Young.
Yeah, but that's the thing, because he was putting out that essentially classic old country music, and I was like, bummer.
Yeah.
As a listener,
No
like
good- well-
I'm sure, like first and foremost, good songs,
Definitely.
good songs,
Sad songs.
sad songs. However, I was just like, this is not necessarily for me. And then I get slapped in the face by his newest record, and I was like, oh, so the boy is back.
Oh,
Is
truly.
what you're telling me. But the boy is back at 40.
He needed Born and Raised to get to that too.
Well, yeah, you got to get it. You live in Montana. You have to get it out of your system.
Mhm.
Get it out of your system. Get the Visvim and the raw denim and the fishing out of your system, and then get back to the tent.
Got to get back to the tent.
Get back to the tent.
And now, John Mayer, for all of his ups and downs and all the things that he's done, all the guitars he's shredded,
Right.
and all the stuff, now he's purely at his most distilled, the content king. I think, personally.
It's really, really true. The man will get on IG stories, do a makeup tutorial, just cause.
Just 'cause.
And when no one bats an eye, that's when you've reached like young thug status of knowing yourself.
Absolutely.
Where
Shout out
people-
to Young Thug exactly one time.
I watched the whole time where he picked out the pieces of pokey and counted how many onions were in there.
Yeah,
I
just
watched the whole goddamn
yeah,
thing.
it's just like the man is just, and that's the thing. I'm assuming when you have downtime because you're on tour with the Grateful Dead, who are
That's real weird.
well, let's go there.
I mean, I know how a guy like that falls into that gig.
Yeah, I was like, I get it. I would
But-
hire him too if I was the Grateful Dead.
But that's the thing. I don't know if he's not hired on. He's like part of the group sort of now.
Right.
Like he's in it.
Yeah, he's not, because like there are like hired touring musicians who's just like,
Yeah.
this is Dave.
And then there's also like,
What's all the
Gra-
post members?
well, that's the thing. So there's like
Well, yeah.
Grateful Dead with John Mayer, but that's not even how it's billed just as the Grateful Dead.
Yeah, and also John Mayer's there.
Do they actually call themselves Grateful Dead?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Because
it's them.
one of the guys had the rights to the name,
Okay.
and then the other guy doesn't. That's the only.
Some
There's some very strange.
Deadheads, if you're listening.
Hey, Deadheads, if you're listening, I know I'd ask Jason Barr, but he likes fish too much. Jason, if
We
you're
love
listening,
you.
that's for you, baby.
Yes, gotcha.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting to see that he's doing that now, but at the same time, he's putting out his what's the name of the record? Evolution of a Wave.
No, that's name of one. What's it called?
The current record?
Yes,
Yeah.
Mike.
Search for everything.
Thank you.
Thank
Search
you,
for everything,
Mike.
and there it is. That's why he's here, folks. No, that's the thing. Like that record was so just like, oh, this is a return to form, and it's not jarring. It's not like he sounds like anything that he wouldn't sound like. It's just more good John Mayer.
It's just more exactly.
It's more
good.
It's
It's as if it's the natural evolution, as if like Born and Raised never happened.
never happened. Yeah,
But you can tell that Born and Raised did happen. There's one song like right in the middle of the record that's basically a country song.
yeah, and it's just like, oh, huh?
Roll it on home.
There it is.
And first of all, that song is amazing.
So
That
good.
song is amazing.
Yeah.
That song's real good.
Real good.
Really good. Or In the Blood or whatever. That's just like,
Mhm.
yes.
Mhm.
I love deep, hurt, introspective John Mayer. Yes.
That whole record is deep and kind of.
It is kind of sad.
Even
that's what makes it even, because that's what makes him so modern, because he's just like puts out all these sad songs, but then on the internet he's like, hey.
Absolutely.
Ever seen
Smile through
someone
the
say,
pain.
Yes.
There's no reason to feel that way.
Well, whoever said that is
It's a fallacy.
horribly wrong, because have you ever felt a thing and then expressed it?
Yeah.
Everyone feels things.
Yeah, whether you're a multi-million-dollar, super successful,
You have feelings.
I actually would say the richer you are, the probably sadder you get, because
Completely.
if you're hustling, you're hustling.
Right.
And I know at any times where I've been like, focused on doing it, like making money or
Right.
paying a bill or
Trying to do your best in life.
doing something like that. I do obviously still have feelings. We all
course.
still have feelings.
Of course.
But I'm able to pour myself into X, Y, or Z.
Absolutely.
To bottle my emotions.
Of course.
As a normal 2018 human being has to do sometimes.
Of course.
But John Mayer, he's just like super wealthy and like can really do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling when you're at that level of success and celebrity that you maybe just like lay around and have existential crises.
Exactly. And that's the thing. When you're on tour with the Grateful Dead and you have downtime, instead of doing a cry for help, he will actively be on social media and be like, hey, y'all, I've got some downtime, and I feel like I have to interact with humans because I haven't, and I'm feeling away. Here's a makeup tutorial.
Yeah.
I think that is very real and very healthy rather than putting out a cry for help on the gram and just using a Drake lyric as the caption.
Yeah.
That, to me, reeks of more desperation, no shade, other than just being real on the story and be like, yo, I want some interaction. What's good?
Yeah. John Mayer is definitely, if he was not famous, he would be part of weird Twitter.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, or weird Instagram. I mean,
yes.
Yeah, you watched the whole Poke Bowl thing.
Yes.
We've watched him do the makeup tutorial.
Yes.
I watched him, like, I want to say it was 30 minutes of him with that new Pelican box.
Just going
and,
through
like,
the
figuring
exact
out-
mathematics of
figuring
making
out
it perfect.
How to put as much shut. Oh, it was so great.
But that's it. It was great.
I'm a nerd for that shit.
He goes and just like, you know what? Not just being weird like that. He's been doing a lot more like the tutorials, not tutorials like the makeup, but like he went on for like an hour or so about like, here's some, inspiration of how to play guitar.
Oh, yeah. You mean his actual, like, trade? You know, like, yeah, of course.
That more than he's,
It's been great.
Oh, and that's the thing. Which,
John Mayer, just
way to go.
Just doing it.
Way to go. Because I think that's actively how to do, especially if you're, like, kind of famous like that, because you're not trying to sell stuff all the time, which he's also very...
He doesn't ever try to sell things.
And nothing in like an awful way that's just like, ew, you're selling me something. He'll be like legitimately like, hey, I know putting this on Instagram stories is weird, but I also put out a song, so please interact with me as I tell you things in different way.
The fake music video?
And see, that is the most with it type thing I have literally ever seen.
Yeah. From a guy of his age in his area in music, absolutely.
I pose this to anyone. What other 40-year-old Eric Clapton loving guitar player is that with it?
Yeah. I want to see a guy. John Mayer's the guy who does that. What's going on over there, Mike?
Our good friend Mike Gano, everybody.
Episode 1, everybody.
Episode 1.
Figuring it out.
Here we are.
But John Mayer, he played with B.B. King, and B.B. King was like, I really like this guy.
No big deal.
Also, John Mayer put out a meme music video.
But the thing is, it has 5.6 million views.
Yeah.
Okay, exactly.
That's not even a lot. That's what's fucked up.
No. In 40-year-old white man terms,
That's a lot.
it's a lot.
Fair.
It's a lot.
But I mean, it's not like
if you're 21 and you are on SoundCloud, no, you should have 200 million.
Well, just in general. It's not even the SoundCloud thing. It's like YouTube is a strange place. We'll probably do a whole episode on YouTube.
Yeah, that should probably be YouTube.
Each platform can have
Yeah, the ASSJAMZ podcast reacts to YouTube.
Ugh, God.
Click like and subscribe.
Yeah, I'm gonna apologize in advance to all the people who are not listening or subscribed to this. If you ever decide to, we will not do that.
Sorry, because we I think in the same way that we admire John Mayer's self-awareness, we are also, unfortunately and fortunately, self-aware.
You need to be. I
Like,
want to be.
That's weird. That's weird.
Being self-aware is good.
John reacts to boats being self-aware on YouTube. Click like and subscribe. The real reason Mike Gano played a strange sound clip during episode 1.
Oh, and it's like a conspiracy video.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
and that
Don't mind me in the background.
exactly. Yeah, like exactly. Just like, bro, stop. Exactly. Like, yeah, exactly. Like,
listen, Alex Jones is no longer allowed on YouTube, so
Just
somebody's got to scare old people and sell them horse pills or whatever he was selling them.
Someone has to do it.
Someone's got to do it.
Someone has to be aware. We've really done it.
We've really done it.
We've really done
Anything about John Mayer you want to add? What haven't we touched on with John Mayer?
Yes, I just want to talk about Neon Acoustic on the live album.
Oh.
Just to say that, like, yo, the homie was making, like...
he did that with 2 hands.
Exactly, like, Your Body is a Wonderland, but also put out, like, kind of sort of the hardest riff you can, like, kind of play.
On the same record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that should be noted.
I think it's the song after Body is a Wonder.
Yeah, like, that should kind of be noted. Like, wait a minute.
Hey, the man wrote Daughters, bought a 40,000 IWC Big Pilot, and then proceeded to make the John Mayer Trio.
Right, just like, that should be noted. Because, like, yes, we're going on about it, but I think it's just such a big deal because, again, I'm going to take the 40-year-old white man version out of it. Name me just another, like, kind of blues guitar player who kind of even, like, is in that realm. Kind of.
In what realm?
Just, like, is active, is kind of cool.
I would say, first of all, I would argue that there are no blues musicians in the pop world at all other than John Mayer.
Yes. I think the closest thing is Gary Clark Jr.
Yeah.
That's the closest
Or like
thing.
Black Keys and stuff, but that's not really the
so
pop.
2008.
That's not really the... That's
The
just
last
not...
one they put out.
Exactly.
That's
not really the pop world, though, either.
Mm-mm. It was more the buzz, like,
Right, which is
world.
still alternative.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, alternative,
Also, Gary
whatever.
He doesn't do much content. I mean, it's just his wife. And it's
Nah, homie, and that's nah. At that point, it's not content. It's just
yeah. That's my point.
yeah, exactly. I agree. 100% agree. It's just here's me.
Here's me. It's got to be more than that.
Here's my dope guitar.
At least I want... I guess it
Yes.
doesn't need to be, but I, as a content consumer,
Yes,
want it to be more than that.
and that's the thing.
And I feel like when I look at John Mayer's stuff, it's not like... It seems genuine and natural that he's maybe not wanting to do these things, but
Yes.
he's comfortable doing these things, and it doesn't seem like he's got a publicist like breathing down his neck being like, hey, you got to post, you got to get some engagement, you got to get some content
Right,
out there.
and that's the thing. And you can smell it from a mile away because when you are natural on social media, you can smell it when someone goes, drop a heart emoji if you feel what I'm smelling. See how unnatural that was?
It's absolutely on that, but that's probably a real caption I've read.
Right? And just that's it, like,
And you know what I'm dropping?
drop a heart emoji.
I'm
just-
fucking dropping that heart emoji though. I love getting on.
Yeah, exactly. Like, engage with me,
I
please.
must engage.
Yes.
It's weird. I think big picture, John Mayer is just, I hope to be still with it
Yes.
enough to recognize my place in everything,
Yes.
whether that be the job I'm in or the
Right.
culture I try to interact with, etc. To be that aware and that, I guess, accepted is probably it's a nice goal. It's a nice goal to achieve. I look at him not only as like, wow, I wish I could play guitar that good,
Yes.
but also I like he's made changes. He's
Yes.
like bettered himself in
Yes.
ways, and I'm like, if I can better myself,
Yes.
cool. I would love. That's some stuff.
And that is really the goal. Like, if you can be with it and comfortable with yourself, which I think is the ultimate goal at the end of the day, for everybody's day, mind you, I think that's really what it is. That you can just be comfortable with yourself in whatever society. If the kids are on the gram, it's
Yeah.
not weird if you're on the gram. Or
I don't ever
whatever.
want to be washed.
Facts.
I don't ever want to be washed
And
unless I choose
yeah.
to be washed.
And that's the thing.
And
Like,
then-
you can be washed if you want to be.
Yeah, but if you don't want to be, you don't have to be.
And that's the thing. And because people will smell it from a mile away.
Yeah, I think that's as good a time as any to end this podcast.
Episode 1, y'all. We did it.
In the fucking bank. Thanks for listening. Thanks
Yes.
if you stuck through this whole time. Did we forget anything about John Mayer? Do you fucking hate John Mayer? Either way, sound off on the comments or whatever. Rate 5 stars.
There you go.
Subscribe to the podcast.
Yes.
Even if you don't listen to it every week, just subscribe, or every other week. We still don't know how often we're going to be doing it.
We'll figure it out.
Just a reminder, all facts are false except peanut is the best.
That's true.
All facts are false, except the peanut wings are the best wings, period.
Yeah. Anything we've said in here, if it was incorrect, sorry. We've got Mike here with a computer, but we can only Google things so quick, and half the time we don't care.
Right? That's just how this
So,
goes.
Once again, thanks for listening. I have been Boats. You can find me on Twitter at Boats with 2 S's.
Yes, indeed.
Same on Instagram, pretty much everywhere else.
Oh, yes. I have been JON is the new BLK. John is the new black. You can find me on most social media under John is the new black.
Yeah. And look forward to talking to you guys next week. Hope you listen next time.
Yes.
We don't know if it'll be next week.
We'll figure it out.
But tentatively, we've got some ideas. We're not going to tell you what the idea is going to be. We don't know.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, either way. Thanks for listening, guys.